Okay, so I'm actually over here on the apprentice bench doing some various workshop type work. This is actually my own watch, and what I wanted to do today is just show you for less than 10 bucks how you can polish scratches out of the acrylic on your watch. So the first question really is to say that acrylic has that kind of plasticky sound when you tap it. Tends to be more common with vintage watches. This is a late 1960s Seiko, I think. But you can see up by the 12 o'clock, hopefully you can see there, I've got a bit of a scuff which has been annoying me for a little while now. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to just show you how to lightly polish this out without having to send it off to somebody to do the work for you. It's super simple. You can buy this tube of little polish called Polywatch. It's designed specifically for these kind of acrylic tops here. But these are the Q-tips I particularly like. I've managed to find these were mainly used for my baby son, but I found that they work really well for exactly this task. So I wanted to show you me using these Q-tips. You can just use any Q-tip, or you could even just use the corner of a small microfiber cloth as well. So first quick thing I'll do before I actually do any polishing is I would give it a very gentle wipe with a microfiber cloth, just to make sure there's no sort of dust or dirt on there already, which I'm likely to then grind into it. You can see the mark that I want to polish out today is mainly up here by the 12. There are some lighter scratches as well, but it's actually more difficult to see these with the camera that I'm using. So super simple, you don't need very much. A thing of this Polywatch lasts forever, so I'm just going to unscrew the cap and put an incredibly small amount on the tip of my what you guys would call Q-tip, what us British people would call cotton bud. So about that much. I don't use very much. You can probably see there, small little blob. And then the first thing I'm going to do is just work it on the whole part of the watch here like this. And you can see I'm coming in at a slight angle, and I just want to work it onto the whole watch for now. And what you're looking to do is apply relatively even pressure and just work it round in circles. So if you're looking for an exciting video, this will not be it. This is literally it. All I'm going to do now is just polish for a while in just gentle light circles. This is going to take out a lot of the light scratches as well. But I'm going to have a particular focus obviously up by this 12 o'clock area, because that's where the big kind of scruff or scratch is. There's a tendency for people to want to keep buffing this off and seeing how you're doing. My actual suggestion with Polywatch is just keep polishing. Don't do anything, just keep polishing, and eventually it dries and buffs itself. And you can see what's happened, which I really love with this Q-tip, is it's now flattened itself perfectly for me to just work on the crystal. So that's it. I'm going to sit here and just polish this. If you have these little grooves like I do on some of these vintage watches, it's actually a really nice time to just run the cotton bud around that as well. You can actually clear out a little bit of dirt that gets caught down in there too. And you'll also notice that I'm putting my finger underneath the watch because I don't like to scratch the back of the bracelet while I'm working on a watch like this. So I'm just going to polish away. My guess is for a scruff of about that depth, which is not too bad, it's probably going to take about 2 minutes of buffing. The magic of videos means you're probably not going to see much of a difference just yet, but what I tend to notice with Polywatches, as well as taking out specific scratches, it seems to do a great job of just making the whole acrylic look super shiny again, which really can elevate a watch. If you've bought a watch second hand, one of the quickest, easiest things you can do to renovate it to make it look great is this kind of little light work yourself. And the beauty with this is you don't have to take the crystal out. There's no messing around with any machinery, but my advice is try and keep the application in circles, try and be relatively even across the whole face of the watch. Don't get caught in one area. And I'm just going to probably give it one last quick go. And I'm going to just give it one last quick go on the area that we had a problem with. And I think that will probably be enough. So I'm just going to grab my microfiber cloth, give it a very nice gentle kind of polish and wipe on the whole acrylic. If nothing else, you'll see that it just looks shinier generally, which it does. And actually you can see that scuff is completely gone now. So it looks super shiny. I'm just going to wipe off the excess there. There's a little bit just down here, but the scuff is gone, you can see. So if I just move it around a bit so you can see, that scuff up by the 12 is gone now. Looks like there's some light scuffing out over by the 3 o'clock area. So have a quick look, just over here slightly, there seems to be a little bit of light scuffing maybe. but to be honest, that's really up close stuff. But you can see it makes the acrylic look much shinier, which is great, but it's also got out that unsightly scuff. We'll put a link to where to get Polywatch from. It's not expensive. From memory, it's definitely less than about $10. Please like and subscribe. We find this super helpful for us. I'll put some links in the descriptions to our main website. So there you go. That's a super quick, easy way to just polish light scratches or even quite medium scratches out of acrylic on a watch.